Delos.
Delos. You look hot, buddy. You're all sweaty. You got some sort of white liquid on your nose.
That was me 10 years ago, before I had any idea what Delos would actually come to mean. In 2010, I hopped on board Delos with my brother Brian.
Say hi.
How's it going?
For what I thought would be a few-month break from college. After we crossed our first ocean from Mexico to Tahiti, I became so much more interested in what lay ahead of us than behind. Days turned into weeks.
How long have we been at sea?
7 days. Got another at least 15 days to go.
And those weeks turned into months. My plan of returning to university faded away once I realized that the education and life lessons I was getting out here was more valuable to me than any degree. We were determined to continue exploring the unknown, no matter how empty our pockets and bellies got. We always knew that on the other side of every ocean we crossed, there would be a way to make a bit of money to continue sailing. Brian and I grew, changed, and adapted over the years as we started to dedicate ourselves to capturing our life at sea. Karin joined Brian's side early on, and they fell in love instantly. I don't think I would have believed it if someone told me back then that one day I would end up marrying them. It took me a little longer to find my pirate in crime, but after our first date of crossing an ocean together, I'd say our first few years are off to a pretty solid start. The four of us have made some incredible memories together, but if sailing's taught me anything, it's that the only constant is change. And that's a good thing. Change is that same unknown that turned a summer vacation into 10 years, 46 countries, and over 70,000 nautical miles of sailing. So after years of living together, Brian and Karin are headed off to Sweden to bring a little sailor into the world. And for me, I'm about to take on being the captain of Delos, with Blue as my first mate, and see where the wind takes us into the North Atlantic Ocean.
Good morning. It's kind of a weird day waking up on Delos today because, yeah, it's just Brady and I. Last night when I was locking everything up, it was just a very strange feeling knowing that Karin and Brian weren't in the back. You know, obviously Delos is in the hands of Brady and I now, and the crew is in our hands, and filming and everything is in our hands. It's a lot of responsibility, but at the same time, it's incredibly exciting. We have a crazy challenge ahead of us. We have a lot of challenges ahead of us. That's a good place to put yourself. I really saw that same kind of jumble in emotions in Kazi yesterday when she stepped off Delos and started crying, because it is scary. It is scary for them. I know that they're nervous about everything. You know, this is their first time being parents, obviously, and there's just so many unknowns laid out in front of them and so many huge changes. But at the same time, they're incredibly excited, obviously, to have their little baby girl and, yeah, to learn how to become parents and to just go down that route. Next thing for me and Brady to do today to just start moving forward is to switch Delos around, and we're gonna move our stuff out of the front cabin and into the aft cabin, and it's kind of strange. Feels weird for sure. I've lived up there for over 2 years, and Brady's lived up there for, I don't know, 10 years or something like that. So it is surreal, but yeah, just one foot in front of the other and keep on moving forward.
What's the first step, Blue?
I don't know. not move anything to the back until it makes it through the filter of things we actually want to keep. We're gonna have memory foam on memory foam.
Yeah, Brian and Karin have a massive memory foam mattress pad back there, and we have a 5-inch one, so we're just gonna stack them and have a super foam. That's 10 inches of memory foam.
Yeah, it's so weird. I'm so used to in our room looking up at this, and the ceiling goes to like here, right?
The space, look at all the space I have to walk around it.
I know, we don't have to get dressed in bed anymore.
I can do my steps.
How does this feel right now?
It's good. I was really sad yesterday and a bit confused, and I don't know, but it's all positive when you think about it. Like, we're all so grateful and so, I don't know if lucky is the right word, but I mean, they get to go have a baby and we get to go and sail across an ocean. It's like, it's all really, really good, positive things. Just because it's the end of a chapter and the start of a new one doesn't mean it's negative, you know?
Sure.
So, it's good. We're just gonna take it for everything we got, live every day like the wheels are gonna fall off.
Woo!
Let's do it. Yeah, so this is a really cool thing about the front cabin, that it turns into 2 singles up here, and we've had it into like a double for so long. It was time to turn it back. I guess we did it when you first joined, Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Ha! So that opens up. This middle piece comes off.
Oh, it just goes right under there.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I forgot how it goes. Nope, that's not it.
You got it.
Yeah. That's it. There we go.
Okay. Did it. The room is fully converted, fully cleaned, and ready for the boys. So that feels pretty good to have done. Brady, come look.
What? It's such a different world up here.
Yeah.
It's really nice and cozy. That's it, huh?
Crazy.
It's gonna be boys' cabin again. Hasn't been 2 boys living up here since
2015?
Yeah, something like that.
Alright, well, high five. That was a mish.
Yeah, now we just gotta organize the rest of the boat.
Yeah,
Is that
perfect.
After we moved into the aft cabin, it was time to start tackling all the other tasks before even thinking about setting sail. But of course, before we could even start on our to-do list, we had an unplanned project pop up.
I just came on the boat. There was like really big water spray happening. It was like shh. I just turned the water off to make it stop.
Here?
Yeah, it sounds like it's under here or something, but the pump was running, and it was like, I've never heard a water leak like that on Delos before. It's like spraying.
Son of a
Is it all going all down there?
Glad you heard that and we weren't like gone.
I know.
As if we didn't have enough projects, huh? Okay, well, I just need to empty this whole thing out. I can't see exactly where it is till I turn it back on. Yeah, it's the water coming into the sink. That's not good. So we have to put like 2 of these together.
Great.
And link them and... Alright, the moment of truth. No leaks there. No leaks there. Now it's time to clean up all the water that pumped into the bilge. Luckily, it's fresh water and not salt water. And we were nearby and caught it early, or else we could have like 400 or 500 liters of water in the bilge right now. So, could always be worse. And we're at the dock to fix it. A project that turned into a full day project that wasn't supposed to be a project.
So today is a very exciting day. because I am going to start to head to the airport. It's time to pick up our new crew members. My friend Kiara is flying in. She is one of my best friends, and she's a little Argentinian bodyboarder girl who's basically just been traveling around by herself for the last like 9 years or something, chasing waves. And I met her in Colombia like 3 years ago, and we became very, very quick friends. It still doesn't seem real that I'm picking her up and she's moving on to Delos today. I'm still in shock about it, even though we've known for quite a while.
Crew is arriving today. We have 2 crew arriving today. We have Kiara and we have Sean.
Do you want to explain how we met Sean?
No, I'll let him explain it.
Alrighty. I just drove to Fort Lauderdale. Our friend Sean is staying here at this house, and it's time to pick him up on the way to the airport. What's up? What's happening? You're kicking your little skateboard along? Nice. How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Good.
Yeah.
You ready?
Ready?
Ready to begin the adventure?
Let's start it.
So I asked Brady earlier to explain how we met you, and he said you should explain it.
I think it was down in Grenada. Rainy nights out at one of the marine harbors there. Yeah, once that started off and kicked off, we just kept bumping into each other along the way unexpectedly. Yeah, I think everything just kicked off from there, and now part of Delos. You gotta love it.
Yeah. Alright, we gotta go pick up Kiara now.
Yeah, so let's get going.
Yes.
Y voy a bailar, bailar y bailar al ritmo de la tierra.
Alright, let's get loaded up. How was your flight?
Oh, it was long, man. Just getting off the island, I almost missed the bus. I got the ferry, another bus, plane, and another plane. But I made it!
You made it, yeah.
Hey! I'm moving inland for good, man.
Double trouble.
There she is, there's Delos. There's your new home.
Oh man, she's hot. Do you remember the shoes? You gave me these shoes 3 years ago.
I gave you these shoes 3 years ago. I do remember those.
Okay, turn me around.
Okay.
No, man!
Obviously you've been on Delos plenty of times, so I don't need to show around.
There we go.
But there's 2 bunks up here. So I was thinking it could be either the boys up here, or you guys can be roomies. So you can decide that later.
So perfect. So set up.
Full boat again.
Got some people back.
Yeah!
Hey.
Come here, Captain!
How's it going? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome. Well, hot Florida.
Thank you.
Hey, nice to meet you, brother.
Pretty sweaty, Brian. It's hot in Florida.
Yeah, I'm a stinky.
Welcome, welcome.
Here we go.
So, I'm Kia. Oh, so yeah, by the way, Kiara doesn't go anymore.
No, it's just Kia now.
Kia.
Okay.
We cut it. Because I realized every time someone calls me Kiara, I just feel like my mom is upset with me or something, right? You know? It's like, so I'm Canadian, but I grew up in Argentina, so that explains my weird accent. And I've been traveling for the last 9 years around the world. In the last 3 years, I kind of like moved to Canada for a living. I plant trees. It's the gnarliest job you can ever imagine.
So what's your sailing experience?
I was living in Colombia, working. I hear about sailboats, and I'm gonna go to a marina and I'm gonna get a job in a boat. And I see this guy, he's pretty much like a pirate. One leg is like really skinny and like just bone. So he walks all weird, trying to like clean the top of the boat with like, no, I don't need help. It's like, yeah, like, what are you doing? You're cleaning there? I can do it. I jump in the boat, grab his broom, I was like, and I start cleaning. I work all day in the boat, and he left. He comes back with a beer. It's like, okay, come at 9 tomorrow. I was like, yes, I got it. The ocean is my passion, and working a sailboat is my dream.
And what's your story, Sean?
Yeah, I'm Sean. I originate from South Africa, a small town, Port Elizabeth. Kind of packed up my whole life back home to go search for the perfect job and perfect place to go live, you know. I decided to jump on the boats. I met a guy, Mark Parman, who's a big wave surfer in Cape Town. I went down to the marina as I heard he was leaving on an expedition around the world, and introduced myself and asked if I could jump on the boat. And what happened is, yeah, we got to Grenada, everything kind of went wrong. Things broke on the boat. So yeah, I sadly left all my boards, left everything on the boat, hoping to return one day. And yeah, I went into the super yacht industry, sailing a 96-foot Ferrez German design sailing boat, and eventually sailed across to Spain from the Caribbean this last little season, where I got a phone call from our lovely friends Delos.
Blue and I are going to sail Delos from Florida to Bermuda, and then Bermuda on to the Azores, and then Portugal after that. And we were wondering if you wanted to join us on that sail, bro.
Yeah, I'll be super stoked to join you guys.
It put a nice little span in the works, but kind of made my mind up as what I want to do with the rest of my time back here in the States. And guess what? On Delos, you know?
So, quit your job.
Yeah.
Ready to go sailing?
Ready to go sailing? Let's do this.
Super ready, man.
Everybody just had their first night sleeping on Delos. You're very lucky the AC is working because it gets so hot. It's impossible to sleep. So thanks to Brian for us to be able to relax and be cool.
That's not Brian.
Okay, Brian.
This is Sion.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm still sleeping.
With Sean and Kia now on board, it was time to pick up our fifth and final crew member. A few months earlier, Brian, Karin, Blue, and I sat down and came up with an idea. Something a bit different for this last crew member. We wanted to give someone a chance to cross an ocean that normally wouldn't be able to. Someone young and at a stage in their life when all doors and paths are new and open. The Delos Scholarship was born. A tough love crash course in sailing, filmmaking, and life, awarded to someone between the ages of 16 and 22. After announcing the scholarship, we had over 2,000 individuals in the running. Then it was time to read all the heart-touching and inspiring comments from the family and friends of the entrants. We selected 13 individuals who we asked to make a short video answering some pretty random questions. We ended up choosing Catherine, a young, aspiring sailing instructor from the island of Trinidad. Although about 7 days before she was due to arrive on Delos, she reached out to us with some news.
And we woke up to a message this morning
Yep.
from Catherine, the girl from Trinidad. Apparently there was a little mix-up with her passport. She was trying to get a new one, something happened with the documents, and she doesn't think that she's going to be able to get a passport in time to be here, and she's supposed to arrive in like a week. So our kind of next person on the list was
Ruben
from the UK. He made a really, really cool video, and he just seems like he has a good vibe.
Oh my god, okay. Oh shit! Okay, so when you asked about the inspiration, this is my mum. She just broke out the photos from when she sailed across the Atlantic. How old were you when you did this?
Oh, 23?
Look at that, look at these.
We're gonna give Ruben a call and tell him pretty much, hey, do you want to fly to Delos within the next week? Come sail across the Atlantic with us. We're calling him right now. Screen recording on.
Ruben Clegon.
Hello.
Ruben,
Hello.
what's up, man?
Yeah, not much. How you doing?
So we have some kind of crazy news.
Go on.
So she's not gonna be able to make it.
No way.
So, do you want to fly to Florida and sail to the Azores with us?
Oh wow, yeah, that'd be amazing. No way! I've got my passport right there, it's ready.
Alright,
That's a good start.
That's exactly what we want to hear. Probably be within like 7 to 10 days.
7 to 10 days.
Yeah.
Right, okay. I'm so keen.
Alright.
So, yeah, that's amazing.
Cool.
Wow. You've completely shocked me.
Good. Good. That's what we wanted to do. We're going to pick up the final crew member, Ruben. And we're going to use Jim's truck because he's a legend and he lets us borrow his house and his truck.
Oh my God! What's up? How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, amazing. Nice to meet you. How you doing?
Nice to meet you, man.
Oh my God.
What's happening? You good?
Yeah, good. How are you?
All good?
How are you?
Welcome to Florida, man.
Thank you.
Welcome to America. We're going to McDonald's.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, it's cold.
America.
It's the absolute luxury. Oh, what? No way!
There you go, welcome home.
It's so nice. Wow, it's really weird how like it just feels like how it looks. It just feels exactly the same.
So there's your little
Yeah.
bunk up there, there's your room from now on.
Oh my God, oh, it's so cozy. Oh, guitar. Yes. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Yeah. Cool. It feels really homely, and I just feel at home instantly. Yeah, I don't know why. That's really bizarre, but yeah, I do.
How do you like your new front porch?
Yeah, it's nice. So open. It's kind of weird to explain how lucky and how thankful I am. Like, I want to just keep on thanking everyone for everything all the time, but I'm trying to hold back and be like, oh, it's no big deal, it's cool. But internally I'm like, oh my God. Well, shall I go from the beginning?
Sure.
Yeah, so obviously I applied for the scholarship on the comment. I made a little video on my Instagram page. When I saw the comment, I was at the post, I was like, oh, there's nothing else in the world that I need to do right now but make a little video and like put myself out there and do it, because I realized that these opportunities really rarely come, and when they do come and they're so perfect for you, if something fits, just go for it. You will not regret it, because sometimes these things pay off. A week to mentally prepare wasn't enough because I'm still just totally in shock. Being here is just surreal. I think the reason I'm in film school is because I used to do art back in school, and the way that I found being creative was the most fun for me, the most energetic creativity that I found in myself was through cameras. And so I loved making art films and kind of like really abstract stuff like that. So I decided that I'd go to film school. So I've just finished my first year at uni, but this is like such an ideal opportunity to kind of explore creativity within video format. In terms of the future, the next steps is just getting the boat ready and then maybe leave like next weekend, so about 5-6 days. And then journey.
What's the furthest you've ever been from shore?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, crossing the channel from England to France. Nowhere near anything like this. This is so different. This is out of this world, yeah.
Are you feeling nervous, excited?
I think a little bit nervous, but not in a way that it's like in a bad way. It's more like, oh, this is something really new and there are risks with it, but I'm more filled with excitement, and like the amount of trust I have in the whole crew now that we've spent a few days together is so nice. Yeah, and I probably will get seasick at some point, but that's all right. I'll just get over that. Yeah, man. So yeah, excitement. Lots and lots of excitement.
All right, let's get to work.
Yeah, let's do it.
You got some bilges to clean today.
Yeah.
We're getting the new crew put to work doing some things to start getting Delos a little bit more organized, put back together.
What are you doing today?
Cleaning. Lots and lots of cleaning. So much stuff. I'm amazed. It just keeps on going down. It's like Mary Poppins' bag.
I love this job.
Oh, there's so much dirt and skin in those. Yes.
Are you thinking about just making that your own little apartment?
Yeah, I'm up in my bunk in here. Got some shelving already set up, you know. I get a TV on this side, air conditioning down there, we're sorted.
Perfect.
It's really hot at the moment. It's so neat. I'm so proud of our job. Let's have a loud plane. Everything in its place. Sorted.
Yo,
What are you working on this morning, bro?
busy working on Maggie. Changed the fuel filter, and then we're going to epoxy the little sitting board up here.
It's worked great, but it's worn down, so when you sit on it, you get fiberglass in your booty hole.
We've got an idea. We're going to use some brown sugar to create some indents instead of putting sand on, creating it raised, so you create like a little porous surface.
Oh dude, that's gonna work so good. We're replacing the floor in the dinghy. They call it a 3M scraper mat, and it's super expensive and really hard to find.
Yeah.
But this one I had to search for and finally ordered it online from a company called Floor Mats Incorporated. Ooh, wow, that laid perfectly. So of course we chose high tide to get Maggie back in, which means Delos is sitting quite high. We have to pick Maggie up really high. The most important thing is don't go under it at all.
They're pretty.
Go, Maggie, go! Alright, so today's mission is to install a new radar on Delos. Ours has been up there for like 20 years and it's not working so well anymore. Like you can't tune it properly, and I think the range is going to be a lot better on the new one. Plus with Delos's old one, you were not able to get like barrier alarms or tracking objects or anything. It just kind of shows a bunch of mushes, and I don't think it works very well. So we've got a new one from Furuno, and the new ones, this is the DRS 4W, and it's actually a wireless radar. So all you have is a power cord, and then it transmits the data over a Wi-Fi signal. It was a shiny dome, huh? I'm gonna go up first and drop the radar. Okay, hold. I'm gonna attach this to the old wire, pull it down through, and then I'll probably come down again and figure something else. And be like, oh, whoop, take me down, gotta figure something out. And I've rigged it up in a pretty interesting way, but I'm 99% sure it's not gonna fall. About 99.9% sure.
All right.
Okay, is it in?
I've got the new radar hanging in this big black bag right here. I've got to somehow get it up here without dropping it. Just get that first screw in. Guys, just be careful if I drop anything.
Well, how about you be careful?
I mean, I'll be extra careful, but you never know. I think we were able to get the wire down the mast with no problem. The mount is good, so I'm very happy with how it is up there. Now we just have to run the wires, connect them. It's definitely taken me a pretty long time to figure it all out and run all the wires, but it's good because I'm learning without Brian being here. He would have been like in here just knocking it out. But I'm like taking my time, making sure I'm doing everything properly, and it's the only way to learn is just to get in there and do it. You ready to turn this thing on and see what happens?
Yeah. We've
downloaded this app. Yep, I'm gonna go to the Wi-Fi network. Now if we've done everything right, we should see one that says DRS. Oh, I gotta turn the switch on. Okay, so we've joined the network now. Open up that app and see what happens. Okay, we're on standby. We'll go up top. We'll go
TRX active.
There we go, buddy. We're getting something.
That's it. Good job.
Good job, brother. Yes, take that.
Okay, so we're gonna service some winches. You ready to learn?
Oh yeah, always.
So we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Is this the last one? Okay.
Last winch to serve, so that's it. No more grease for me.
You've been like a winch ninja.
Right? I can put it all together with my eyes closed. Done.
With Maggie up and running, the new radar working, and the winches cleaned and re-greased, it was time to get into the engine room. So yesterday, for some reason, when I opened up the engine room, there was a bit of salt water sitting on top.
Yo, look, it's there again. And it's up here too.
Yeah, go flush and we'll see what happens down here. Okay. It's the only other salt water coming in. Yeah, okay, bro. Ah. Try the forward one. Okay, yeah, stop. Yeah, found it.
Got it.
Got blasted in the face by salt water. How's it, my bro?
Lekker spectacular.
So we actually just found the leak.
Yeah.
Just now. I'll show you. So it was shooting from there across the engine room and then hitting this back wall.
Yeah, probably every time somebody flushed one of the toilets.
Yeah, that's the only way we found out is I had people flush the toilet while I was in here and it blasted me in the face.
Okay, so what I did is I re-epoxied this pipe back on there. So we're gonna do a little test and see if it's holding.
You ready?
Yeah,
Okay,
ready.
I'm flashing.
Cool. Oh, look at that. There goes the water. Boom. And then back into the drain. Job done and dusted.
Yeah, today is a very special morning because we are going to be introducing our new Genoa to the world. So we're doing a ceremony, a rising ceremony today.
Ooh, cool. So our old Buddha sail, we actually cut up a couple weeks ago, because we're gonna try and make more sail bags out of it. It took a little while for our sails to get here. We got slightly nervous because we cut our sail up, but it arrived and we are good to go.
Just as far as what people are doing, Blue, would you mind being like the director as far as filming and stuff? Because we got to capture on these 2 GoPros, your camera, Instagram story, and then Jim has his rolling too. Just focus on the filming aspect?
Okay.
Okay. We're using a lot of whistles to talk these days. So I'm gonna go in the cockpit and I'm gonna unfurl the sail. John's gonna be pulling on this sheet, which is gonna take the sail out this way.
Working with sheet lines and halyards around winches, what you want to do is always have your pinkies forward, because if anything happens and you get a big gust and it pulls your hand in towards the winch, you'd rather lose a nice little pinky than lose your thumb going in. Just imagine operating live without the thumbs. It's not going to be good.
And then once that's out, I'm gonna come forward and I'm gonna start using this halyard. And this is what's holding the sail up at the very top. So once I start using that, Kia and Ruben, you guys are gonna be up here just pulling the sail down and making sure it stays inside and just lands on the deck and it doesn't go in the water. Yo, look at this dude flaking on deck like that.
What? Oh my god. Holy shit. I love you, Sean. What? Look at that!
We got ourselves a yachty on our hands.
Full-blown yachty.
I can't believe that thing is gonna take us across the ocean. Oh man, woo! Can't wait. Can't wait to be open and just like we going to another continent. How crazy is that?
Yo, there's the head.
Okay, we're ready to go up. Start hoisting, Ruben. Ew, she's crispy.
That's a big sail. Wow, looks really good. Dig the orange.
That's insane. Oh, she's beautiful. That's gonna look so good, like on the horizon, like wow.
So cool, man. Ooh, gonna go goosebumps. Can't wait to be in the ocean, man.
Next up on Delos, we talk about what the hell our plans are for this season. So every single ocean in the world has a high pressure system sitting in it. Do a massive provision run and leave the dock to begin our sail across the North Atlantic Ocean.
Thank you for being you, and let's do it.
Let's go across an ocean.
Cool.
Go across an ocean.
Let's do it.
Today's a special day because we have the man who actually wrote this on board.
Oh, whoa.
Dave's one of our patrons, and he was at the meetup we had the other day, and we got into chatting about tattoos. So we're going to do it on Delos because it's the tradition to get a tattoo on the boat.
Does your wife know you're getting tattooed?
She does. Here it is. He's not going to give me a tattoo, he's just going to glue it on. And we're going to paint over it with lacquer.
Are you nervous at all?
For what?
Apparently I'm doing the first line.
Yes,
Really?
you are.
Your youngest child should be the first one to ever put ink into your body.
To hurt me. I'll have the first stroke from you. Brady's inking me up It's 2 and 2. Oh, it feels so sweet. Please don't dig right to my feet.
I'm gonna let the master take over from here, though.
Let me see that.
It's an ointment, kind of like what we're doing, what we've been putting on.
Oh, okay.
fresh.
Aquaphor.
Actually, you know what? I can give you a thing.